We're trying it again!
Okay, now let me just adjust this a little bit so that we're actually in the shot.
There we go.
That's terrible.
That's a little bit better.
Really? It's a little bit better, huh?
There we go.
Am I gonna have to like actually spend money and make this a like proper production?
No, I think we do. A real tripod is necessary at this point. But all right.
Oh, seamless transition.
Seamless transition.
Hey, Chad already liked our video.
There
Fantastic. Okay. Oh, God in heaven, Jesse. Look at that. Now we're both on the image.
Oh. Well, I take up so much room.
I didn't say you didn't. I'm just saying.
All right.
Just because you absorb 83%, like somehow my wife absorbs 83% of the bed.
Yours too?
Yeah, this is a natural thing.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Now, welcome everyone officially.
Don't get too close because you might get wrapped in my orbital field, but...
If it hasn't happened by now. Welcome everyone officially to season 4? Season 5?
4?
5?
Yeah, I was thinking, are we doing a new season? I'll figure it out. Welcome to
season 5.
I'll do it in post.
Do it in post. Of Team Hammerfist presents I'm sorry.
Yes?
No?
Yes.
Wrestle Crush?
No. The POWA OWA. Fuck, I forgot. It's been so long.
Alright. Welcome everyone to season of the POWA OWA. I am, of course, the Sussman, Rick Sussman. Joining me, as always, is the real American Dadass, Jesse Long. We are coming to you live to tape from the new Team Hammerfist...
It is live.
Whatever. Team Hammerfist Studio, which is Studio, like, 17. And also...
Coming to you live from the Sussman casting couch.
It's actually a futon.
Sussman casting futon.
Anyway, welcome...
Futon of fucking. Okay.
Welcome to the Sussman Santorum. Sanctum Santorum? Yeah. Sussman Santorum. Santorium?
Santorum. Sanctum Santorum.
Sanctum... Yeah, so Sussman Santorum. Yeah, we got that.
Yeah.
Figure that out in post, too.
Yeah.
Anyway... it is
Rick's house.
it is the all new area that I get to live in.
All new now.
And all new Rick now. And to celebrate, we have been honored by no one but ourselves to not be sponsored by Jesse. If you want to pick all these up.
Okay.
We are not sponsored by Bang Energy Drinks. Although, according to yesterday's Twitter and Facebook posting, I shouldn't be so excited about telling everyone I am drinking energy drinks by Bang.
No one cares.
You all can go fuck yourselves. I feel personally attacked.
I was like, Rick feels personally attacked.
I feel personally attacked. Who else isn't sponsoring us?
Made cold brew con leche, because that's the one that I...
Now, Jesse, you don't know this, but because this is such a special occasion,
all right,
I have gone above and beyond and spent $2.
Oh my god! Wow!
To celebrate our new home, I got us not just the greatest mini donut of all time, the wax chocolate
party mini.
This is the party mini that comes with sprinkles.
It's got the candle wax on top.
Yeah, brother. Fuck. So they took the candle wax.
I was gonna say you light it, and it'll be 7 days and 7 nights. I think, as the legend goes.
How do you open these things without ruining the whole? Okay.
Leave it to the fat guy. Figure out.
Smash cut to donut sprinkles everywhere in 3, 2.
I actually.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah.
Here, you can put them.
It hinges. Put them in hinges.
Look at that. Look at all these.
Look at that sheen. Look at that sheen on the light.
Yeah. You hold them closer, they look gigantic. My fingers are enormous. That's what I told her. That's what she told me.
Yeah.
That's kind of what she said. Jesse, to our latest adventure.
There we go. Good candle.
That was fantastic.
It really is. Mm-hmm. No, it's funny because I saw that under your futon. I was like, is Rick hiding donuts in his...
No, I don't need to hide donuts. I hide this room.
Someone's like, oh, is this no.
This is my room. Lauren got to choose the color.
Just to remind you, who's really in charge?
I didn't really need the reminding.
All right, on to the show. Pull up the remote.
Well, first.
Oh yeah. to shake this? I think I have to shake this.
Now,
Shake well.
before we get started with the show proper, as you
like a shake
saw and can see behind us, we have lots of cool wrestling accoutrement. If you want us to add whatever company you work for, whatever product you want to put on there,
That'll fit right here. Just right here.
That or in general, because there's a couple of things you guys can't see. Like over in the corner, you see that gray thing hanging down?
Oh,
that is a
the
shirt.
PC shirt.
Yeah, that is a shirt from the Performance Center given to me by one of my good friends at the WWE at the time. That's signed by pretty much everybody on the roster right now. It's really cool.
Well, some of them probably won't.
We'll get to that! At any rate, if you're, say, someone who would like for us to put their logo all over our show constantly, because we already do and we're very happy to do it, but maybe have something a little bit more wall appropriate or something that is...
I want to say, I was listening to the IndieCast the other day. I think Luna might have made a big Wrestling Nerds Radio Network flag.
So, something like that, we're going to start slapping that shit all behind us.
Good.
Now, without further ado...
What time is it? Because it took me like 40 minutes to get this thing set up. Cool. Just got to keep wary of the time.
What's our DTA? What is our... what do you need to do?
9:45.
Oh, so an hour.
Cool.
Okay.
Just making sure.
That's fine. We'll move through the show. So... Wait a minute. We start the show with a random fact about the last SCW
I didn't want to.
show.
I wanted to get this shit in now. Okay, so I don't remember why last night, but for some reason I looked up SCW on CageMatch.de, with wonderful wrestling database, and I looked up. I do not remember why I was there. And this is more important. So I looked up the card for the last SCW, the last one, because then they relaunched like a year later. But the last SCW show, which had Leva taking on Lexi Fife and the woman who would end up, I forget what her name is in the WWE, but she was Rosie Lotta Love, and then she lost a shit ton of weight, and then she worked the Mae Young Classic. I can't remember her name. And then she retired recently. Anyway, it had Aaron Epic unifying a title with Nui Lee, and then Jason Rance won both of them. Anyway,
as you do,
Tommy Marr versus Slick Wagner Brown.
Yes,
and that's the one match where we were like, okay, we like Tommy Marr now, and then he vanished. Anyway, so one of the matches in the middle of the card, it was a non-title match, I believe. It was the Asian Superstar Organization, which was Jason Hex and our good buddy, rest in peace, Rise.
Right.
Okay, they faced a team of, their names were, I think it was Kava and Nuka.
Okay.
Their tag team name at the time was the Sons of Tonga.
Right.
Sons of Tonga.
Yeah.
I'm going to get... That's the Gorillas of Destiny.
Yeah, I was going to say.
The Gorillas of Destiny.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor and IWGP Tag Team Champions. That's Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, who was also Camacho in NXT.
Yes.
We saw them at a rec center 20 minutes away. There you go.
That's right.
Yeah. At the last SCW show, Gorillas of Destiny.
Well, fantastic.
Losing in the middle of the card.
I'm so glad you derailed our show for that.
It was a fun little tidbit that I discovered.
Now, as you guys are more than aware, aside from the burping, is that Jesse and I are...
not changing.
Jesse and I are kind of like the WWE arm of the Wrestling Nerd Radio Network.
Because Zach asked us to be.
You don't really, like, again, inside baseball just happens when the camera isn't on us. Anyway, because of that, we are forced or tasked or demanded to review...
Contractually obligated.
Mandatorily institutionalized. To review...
Do it or you're kicked off the channel.
Take you and your 18 likes and get the fuck out.
18?
I mean, like,
that is a bold statement, sir.
Congruently
over the past 11 years.
Yes, exactly. What the fuck, you think per episode? What is this, Reddit? What's wrong with you? Anyway.
We need our own subreddit.
We do. God, why haven't we made one of those yet just to be laughed at?
Yeah. We'll drag in all the incels and make fun of them.
That's going to be bad because I don't do well with those people. Anyway, we need to discuss the happenings of the WWE, and there's nothing more happening in the WWE than WrestleMania. We are officially...
It never stopped happening.
We are officially the last stop.
Yes.
On the WrestleMania tour, which has actually been our MO
We are the... Oh shit! I went too far. I gotta turn back around.
we're the upgrade upgrade, oh shit, go back meme of WrestleMania. So let's,
or maybe we're the meme where it's like the brain and then the more explosive.
Yeah.
We're the very, very
we're
last
universe.
one.
Yeah, that's Universe Brain.
Universe Brain.
We're Universe Brain.
Yeah.
So let's discuss the happenings of WrestleMania in the most important fashion that we know how, which is focusing only on the big shit and ignoring everything else, similar to how the WWE product works in general. Ding!
Yeah.
Oh, nice ring.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's rubber. It's
Yeah,
rubber.
I gotta start getting those.
Yeah.
Anyhow, did you know?
It was cheap.
Did you know?
Unfortunately, owned from a company called Enzo, and that makes me feel weird.
Did you know, Jesse?
Yes.
Eat your donut. That Becky, Kofi, and Seth are all currently and still our champions.
They made it through the week.
It's amazing.
The fact that Kofi has made it through the After Mania week with the WWE title.
I'm shocked. Bigger news, of course, as far as I'm concerned, is the fact that Zack Ryder still has a belt.
Oh my God, Zack Ryder.
And only at the expense of the Revival. So that's good. That's good.
Yeah. Well, so he won a tag team title with Kurt Hawkins, and he got engaged to Chelsea Green in the same week. Who did he piss off?
I'm going to ask you an honest question, Jesse Long.
Yeah.
If your wife were Chelsea...
Not even for a second.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Moving on.
Because when you initially launched that joke via text to me, my immediate response was to ignore it because what the fuck is wrong with you? And then I decided, you know what, there's no way Jesse is going to take my complete ignorance of his text message where basically he somehow decides that being married to Chelsea Green and winning the WWE Raw tag belts is somehow a bad thing. There's no way he'd ever bring that up again.
Have you seen what's happened to the Raw tag team titles, though?
Jesse, we made our own belts.
Yeah, we made them. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a question, Jesse. If the WWE, for some stupid... Maybe everyone just had a stroke. Called you and I and said, we want you and I and us. They want us.
In a fucking hot second.
So both of your statements are now complete bullshit. Yes?
100%.
Let's move on.
100%.
What
is the point of being a liberal wrestling nerd if not to be a hypocrite?
Oh, that is mean.
Yeah.
I feel personally attacked.
Yeah.
I feel very personally attacked.
Yeah. That John Oliver piece was really hard to watch, too.
It wasn't hard to watch.
It really
We've
wasn't.
said that shit on this show. Anyway, Becky, Seth, and Kofi are your champions. Who are you most excited about?
At this point, Kofi. Seth winning was kind of a necessary thing. Becky, they deflated that angle so hard, and they did kind of... I don't know if the ending was botched or wasn't botched.
I watched the ending multiple times. It was not botched.
It wasn't botched. Oh, Ronda messed up a little bit. But
yeah,
that's
Ronda.
not...
But so like okay, in the ending,
Yeah, her doing this.
She's trying to get her shoulders down for the first count.
Yeah.
By count 2 and 3, she's slid into place perfectly.
Yeah.
And credit where it's due, that does take a lot of physical ability to know. Oh fuck. Okay, good.
Yeah. To notice. Both of my shoulders are not touching the mat.
I need to fix this.
Under the bright lights, under all this scrutiny. Yeah.
Typically, you see the inverse of that.
Yeah.
Where someone will start with their shoulders on the mat and kick out way too fucking early to try and make themselves look strong. Now, all through this entire endeavor, the Ronda, Becky, Charlotte storyline, I have been Team Becky and Team Ronda can go fuck herself. Until I watched the actual match.
Yeah.
Once I watched the actual match, I realized that Ronda is a very good talent.
Ronda is honestly really very good. She had sort of a knack for it that for someone who is her age and her experience level is very sort of, it's kind of unheard of. Now, obviously, it's not like she had no professional...
Here's the thing, though. She also has a very serious issue in that she cannot separate herself from her character.
No.
Because she's never had to.
No.
She walked into the WWE, what's your gimmick? I'm Ronda Rousey. Oh, okay, well that's good. Okay, well what does your gimmick do? I beat people up. Yeah, fantastic.
I beat people up because I'm Ronda Rousey. Yeah.
So she's, I feel, and unless she's, so there's one of two things happening. Thing number one, she's the greatest worker of all time in the history of pro wrestling. Thing two, she's having a very difficult time separating Ronda Rousey from Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
In which case, I understand. But as far as in-ring work is concerned and professionalism and all the... There is nothing.
Honestly, she's been great. I mean, yeah, I think it did seem like there's separating real life from professional wrestling life seemed a little bit of a difficulty, but honestly, I think she's great. Objectively,
she's great, and if she can get out of her own way, then fantastic.
Or maybe I don't know. Also, she probably was kind of mentally preparing herself to leave because she is gonna leave for a little while.
Seems like everybody is.
Well,
all right.
She's gonna leave. She's gonna have a kid, and then by the time the kid's born, she'll be back on Fox on SmackDown. Like that's what I see happening.
I don't like that at all. If you're going to leave to have a child, that's fantastic, but I don't like the idea of booking that and programming it.
Yeah.
I mean, that might just be me as a personal issue.
Yeah.
But I also look at women who have gone off screen to have kids and were basically told never come back.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Karma?
Yes, I couldn't think of her gimmick name.
Awesome Kong.
I was going to say Awesome Kong, or I was going to say the amazing mom.
Oh god, what was she on Glow?
She's the welfare queen.
Welfare queen.
We even have a shirt that says Yas.
Yas.
But yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah.
This all leads though, and yes, Kofi was great, but we're not.
I will say, Kofi, that moment of all the things on Mania, if there was like one WrestleMania moment I would want to like watch again and again, it would be Kofi winning.
I disagree.
You didn't like it?
I loved Kofi winning. I love the internet's reaction to Kofi winning. I love the fact that we are progressing, boldly into 1987. But I felt that the way the match was built and how it all came to be, the fact that it was put on at such an odd time.
Yeah, the booking, the lead up to it was absolutely terrible. Mm-hmm. I get it. They had an idea. They had a plan. They were going to go with, maybe they were going to go with Mustafa Ali, or maybe they were going to go with Kevin Owens this whole fucking time. But, they had to sort of do a 180, and when they realized that Kofi was a thing, and they needed to capitalize on Kofi. And I will give WWE credit. The thing, I guess, sort of the overarching thing that I would say with this WrestleMania, disregarding the fact that it was too damn long, and then they lied to the New York Jersey Transit Authority, and all these other little things, I will give and all the negative feelings about WWE aside, their corporate culture and all that thing. They took and they saw. This is one of the rare times where they saw these are the things that this is where the natural course of things is going, right, and they went with it as opposed to like in the past. Like
they gave us what we wanted. They gave us what we asked for. They
did exactly what we wanted.
Yeah.
It might not have been exactly the way that we would have wanted to see it happen, but I will give them credit for that.
Okay.
I was, going into Mania, it was one of those, like, we've got 3 huge babyface moments that could happen. There's no way that, I remember listening to other podcasts, and they were trying to figure out which one of these 3 isn't going to happen because they're not going to give us all of them. Now, they did have plenty of, terrible moments, like, Baron Corbin being Kurt Angle's last match.
Oh, fuck you. That's the best heel moment of the century.
I actually did.
I mean, honestly, Baron Corbin, like, yanking Kurt Angle from us and saying, no mas, no more Kurt Angle.
Okay.
What more heel do you need?
No, that's fair. I liked the whole,
also
getting Brock. All right, Brock's getting out of here real quick. Let's get the fuck out of here, kind of thing.
That was fun.
Apparently, reportedly that was all Paul and Brock's idea, just to sort of like, all right, let's just rip this Band-Aid off and get it done now. Not in like a I'm getting the fuck out of here kind of way, but in like let's do something cool and like.
I don't believe that for a second.
Well, whatever. It was a fun moment.
I think Brock needs a long cold shower.
No, yeah, I agree. I do remember. I've skimmed through WrestleMania. Aside from, like, I watched certain matches. I watched, the full Bryan and Kofi match, and I watched the full main event. And so I was gonna watch, I saw, like, oh, shit, they're starting with the Universal title. And so I was gonna skim to the end, and so I skimmed
right over.
I skimmed, and I was like, oh, and then, so I'm, like, scrubbing around trying to find, like, where I think the end would be.
Right.
And so it's the very, very end. I'm like, okay, cool, so I skimmed to the end. But it was really just the whole damn match.
I like that they kept Brock in the whole he only works real fight matches.
Yeah.
But also, I'm well done with this shit.
No, I'm done with Brock. Goodbye. Go away. No, thank you. I hope he never comes back.
Now,
honestly, I hope he never comes back. If he wants to go to UFC, that's fine, because I don't give a shit with UFC.
No one does. Now let's talk about TakeOver. And the fact that
I watched all of TakeOver.
I am still salty.
Are you?
I will always be salty.
Why?
Because fuck Johnny Gargano. There. I said it. I am going to be salty about Johnny Gargano for as long as I can fucking remember. Now, I realize I'm in the minority here. And not only am I in the minority, I'm in the ultra minority. That's fine. I don't fucking care.
You need your own subreddit for it.
I am alt Gargano? I don't know, whatever. I don't care. I don't care.
Reddit / Johnny no thank you.
There we go. I do not care. I have had our good friend Michaela try and explain this to me. I've had Ben try and explain this to me. I have had actual WWE personnel explain this to me. I do not care.
I haven't tried to explain it to you.
I don't care. And here's the reason why. Jesse, what do you see all through my
bunch of wonderful nerd shit.
Right, nerd shit. Nerd. Oh, hello, Mike. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Somebody who's tried to explain Johnny Gargano to me. So I have an issue. I'm a nerd. I freely admit this. But with being a nerd...
It's like the
second word. Radio. Being a nerd means sometimes you create nerd rage.
Yes.
Nerd rage is a thing. Join late. What do you need to explain? Why does Johnny Gargano do anything right? Because he sucks. Anyway,
my nerd also rage, wrong about the revival too. So
I was way wrong about the revival, but I was able to turn it around about the revival. Okay. I wasn't wrong about the revival. I was bored by them because they ran the same pro wrestling that I grew up with, and I'm like, I want to see something new. Now, ironically, that I'm almost 40, I want to see the revival again, which is funny.
Yeah.
But no, I just don't dig Johnny Gargano. I think he embodies to me what I don't like most about pro wrestling.
Okay.
When, caveat, pro wrestling is done right.
Okay.
Johnny Gargano is a fantastic athlete.
Yep.
An amazing pro wrestler.
Yep.
A terrible, in Rick's opinion, storyteller. And is Johnny Gargano and I sang Captain Planet together at a diner in Pittsburgh. He is one of... That's fine! I'm not saying he isn't one of us. I am saying I don't like him. And it's probably because I see too much of someone I don't want to admit in him.
There you go.
Whatever.
There you go.
Whatever.
Okay.
I'm mad.
You can be mad.
See this? See this?
Salty.
Fucking salty!
And to that end, it might make you even more salty. According to Meltzer, his match with Adam Cole is the greatest WWE match in the history of WWE.
Yeah, great.
A 5.5-star match. Not that that means a damn thing.
Okay, I will admit it's not jealousy. It is not jealousy. Mike brings up a point. He says he senses jealousy. It's really not jealousy. It's genuinely nerd rage. It's why my wife hates Kevin Smith.
Okay.
Don't ask. I don't know. It's why I hate Joss Whedon. Yes. Actual facts. Sometimes as a nerd, you just get really angry about something.
Yeah, no, of course.
You can't explain it.
No, yeah. I'm sure I got nerd rage on things.
I'm happy for him, but at the same token, I would have much rather have seen, and yes, injuries are a thing, I would have much rather seen Ciampa just bury him. Like, some part of me deep down in my cockles.
Just ship him off, send him up to the main roster
I would
forget about him.
Just angel wings him like 3 times into oblivion, and then I just sit there and go, ah! 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 Yes. That said, NXT's back on its work.
Yeah, no, that was really great. It was a great show. I loved... Oh, man, that tag title match was great.
Yeah, it was great.
It was absolutely fantastic. I still love that Hanson is the high flyer of the War Raiders when when you look at the War Raiders, like,
boys can fly.
Row is you and I'm Hanson,
yeah.
and I'm the high flyer of the group. Like, yeah.
Them boys can go.
Oh, my God. Them War Raiders. Ugh.
That name is terrible, though.
Yeah, the name's terrible, but, I guess what you gonna do when you have a team, when you're called War Machine and 6 months prior you debut a team called Heavy Machinery,
and those guys are doing a lot.
I mean it's main roster garbage, but anyway, I still love Otis. What else? It was the send off with Ricochet and Black was very nice.
We gotta move on.
Moving on.
We don't need to talk about Walter.
Oh, we don't need... They spoke for themselves enough. That was a great fucking match. Does Walter make you a little uncomfortable, Rick?
I have issues with Walter. That is jealousy. I want to know why he doesn't have to be in shape and he gets to be a goddamn champion.
It's because he slapped good. He slapped real good.
I'm jealous. All right. Okay, let's move on because we need to expedite the show. All right. So let's talk about... I don't want to talk about the Superstar Shakeup. I'll tell you why.
Yeah, guess who the fuck cares?
Well, it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
And we have much bigger news.
Yeah.
For instance, we now know...
Speaking of things, you getting close to 40 and loving things from your childhood.
So AEW has...
And the revival.
has signed...
Not official.
It seems, it looks...
It's one of those wrestling... rumor.
Well, okay, so if you don't know, and I don't know why you wouldn't know, you wouldn't be watching the show if you didn't already know, but the TBS upfront said that they were going to have a wrestling show. What was it called? Like AEW Presents My Asshole or something.
Yeah.
On TNT and TBS.
Might as well be called that.
It doesn't matter.
Because you're going to be presenting your asshole to TV.
But
especially if they won at 6:05.
Yeah, if they go on 6:05 Saturday, then that's it. I'm putting down a tarp. So that's great because TBS is obviously the old home of, WCW.
WCW.
It's the old home of the NWA. It's the old home of everything that was anti-WWE.
It's kind of crazy to think.
Oh, Chad's watching.
Hey, Chad. It's kind of crazy to think of that.
Tell you what. We'll try and do a live episode of the first ever viewing of AEW just for you, Mike.
Yeah. Just for Mike. It's kind of crazy to think of TBS being, like, that channel now. TBS, the channel that, like, I can't think of anything that's on TBS other than reruns of Big Bang Theory. And that really good show, Miracle Workers, which I really enjoyed.
It's the home of American Dad.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. And I know Conan is still alive.
I don't know Conan. All right.
I feel like live sports entertainment programming would be a welcome addition to the lineup.
All right, we've only... Good morning, Chad.
Good morning.
Let's see. The show needs to be live, otherwise it's essentially... What? Wary I Pack?
Impact. Something Impact. Anyway.
That should... Yeah, whatever. Okay, Impact. Fine. Let's move on.
Yeah. Excited for AEW. Hopefully October, TBS.
Why are we doing this next segment? Isn't this... what's the reasoning behind this?
I just wanted to talk about it. It's been announced since it's the first...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It was announced since, during our little break.
All right, so coming up on May the 5th. May the 5th be with you.
Yes.
Oh, wait, that's May the 4th. Revenge of the 5th. Coming up on Revenge of the 5th.
Go May the 5th be with you. It rhymes.
It does.
Yeah.
Coming up on May the 5th,
That's the theme I went with for the poster.
Right here in SUNY Orlando, we will be presenting... Well, we won't be.
We aren't.
we have nothing to do with it. Nerd Street Wrestling presents... Or Nerd Street presents Wrestling.
Yes.
Featuring some of your favorite local and international icons.
Yes.
Specifically, the feminist icon, Effie, taking on Big Swole herself, Ariel Monroe. And that match is going to be amazing.
That's going to be wonderful.
We also get to see a tag team match between The End and the Gymnasty Boys. Oh my lord, what a match that's going to be.
That is a match I've never seen. There's a lot of people on here that I love, but I have not seen live.
Yeah, I know, because you won't go to any shows. Dick.
Yeah.
Chad's even going to be there. Chad will come.
Chad's coming. Yeah.
You're not even going to be there.
I'm going to be there. We're going to do something beforehand too. Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I'm going to put $1 down.
Okay.
I'm going to put $5 down.
All right.
When we get closer to the Megapod.
All right. Yeah.
I'm going to start taking $1 away every minute that I don't hear you confirm that you're going to be there. We'll see how many dollars. This is like a reverse Price is Right.
Wait, okay, so how's this going to work?
Oh god, Zach's watching now. Look cool.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey.
How's it going? So, all right, let's just run down the show because also very important on Nerd Street Wrestling. Wait. Is there any live wrestling in Orlando around the end of May? Around the end of May. That's
of May.
MegaCon season, so I don't know.
But you should just come May 5th instead.
Yeah. Put my money on that too, Chad Zach. So that's all I want you.
Yeah.
See how he's not mentioning Jesse Long? What's it? What are you doing?
Oh, I got something else I was going to give you.
Oh, okay.
Here. I'll put $1 down, and I'll be there.
Actual dollar.
An actual dollar.
That is 72% of Jesse Long's net worth. Now, why?
I'll put my food stamp card. No,
don't do that.
No,
because I'll steal it. Do we have a hall pass for Mr. Chris? They're calling you out of your shit.
I'm putting $2 down. I'm putting $2 down for that one.
This is the best show we've ever done. Okay. The reason...
Fuck you, by the way.
The reason the Wrestling Nerd Radio Network will be in attendance
yes.
more than any other.
All of us.
Aside from us
wanting... even the wives are going to... Well, not ours. But their wives. I think. So, like, a lot. A lot of us.
Anyway, aside from supporting a local wrestling show that has specific ties to us, we are going to see for the very third or fourth time, I believe. I want to say.
I don't remember the exact count.
Anyway, title defense of our very belt, the Internet Wrestling Champion, Drennan, who is the Wrestling Nerd Radio Network champion of all of the Internet. He will defend it against.
I think this is defense number 5 since it came back.
That's fine.
Yeah. Stevie Fierce, Izzy.
No, I meant Drennan's actual. How many times has Drennan defended it?
This will be his second. No, by the time the show happens, it'll be the third because he's defending it at Mayhem on Mills.
You pick Crispus.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're seeing Drennan defend the title against not one, not two, but 3 worthy. Maybe worthy competitors. First, he will be defending against worthy competitor number 1, Leon Scott.
Yeah.
Leon
the Wasteland Warlord.
Yes. Former Fest Wrestling champion. Former tag team champion. Thank you. Former champion of just about every major Florida title in existence. Also an old personal friend of mine, so I'm rooting for him.
That too.
And he will be facing off, of course, against Drennan, our current champion.
Yes.
And please don't tell my wife, Jamie Senegal will be in attendance, and he will be fighting for the belt as well.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
I have a number of things to say about Jamie, none of which I will repeat.
It's not the podcast for that.
We got to do an After Dark version.
Yeah, I was going to say, we got the special Pornhub edition of the show. Does Pornhub have live streaming?
Slide into my DMs. And then finally, the 4th competitor of this 4-way dance.
The Combat Cannonball, Dick Danger.
Dick Danger! And if you
I love Dick Danger.
And Dick Danger, yes, thank you, Zach.
Yeah.
Yes, and Dick Danger will be in action, all vying for our belt.
Our belt.
Our belt.
Our belt.
Our belt. In the middle of the ring.
There you
our
go.
Belt. Everyone wants to hold that thing. Our belt. Alright, that was pretty good.
Now we got a chant for the show.
Yes! Also in action.
Because that's totally not making the show about us.
Also in action, Saeed Al-Sabah, amazing, will be taking on Treehouse Lee. Also amazing.
Yes. So that is definitely a Florida dream match.
Ooh, they may have interviewed Dick Danger recently.
Ooh, yay.
And then we're going to be seeing Aspen Rose versus Leva Bates for a battle of my personal affection.
Yes.
Obviously, because that's why they're there.
I'm sure the internet title will be very happy that Aspen Rose is in attendance.
Oh, God, the internet title in Aspen Rose. All right. Also fighting Wolf Taylor, who is...
He's a deadbeat, is what he is.
I was going to say he's probably one of the names that you want to start watching.
Yeah, I would say he's a very underrated... maybe not underrated, but sort of like... Dark horse talent.
I would say lower on the radar.
Yeah.
But a guy who shows up, does his thing, and is very good at it.
Yeah.
He will be facing a person I've not seen wrestle, so I'm very excited to see, Chance Riser.
Chance Riser, I believe he's newer to Florida. Just a young boy getting a shot.
Good. I hope Wolf breaks him in half.
Yes.
And finally on the card, our good friend, not really, CJ O'Doyle.
You hope he's your friend one day.
He's an Eagles fan. Those guys, there's no getting around it. So CJ O'Doyle will be fighting no other than, of all people on fucking planet Earth, Frankie goddamn Castano.
No, not Frankie Gastineau.
No, I changed the card.
Yeah. It's Frankie Gastineau. Sorry, Michaela.
No, it's gonna be CJ O'Doyle against Francisco Ciazzo. Wait a minute.
Frankie Capone.
At a match, me versus Rick for Leva's affections. Chad, you don't want that.
You don't want
me versus you.
He's been doing the jits. He's got them jits.
I'm gonna have to pull out of our match. Anyway,
a lot of pulling out.
Francisco Ciazzo versus CJ O'Doyle will be, I guarantee,
that's gonna be a hoss fight.
That is two guys who are just going to get in the ring and probably attempt to murder each other for our viewing pleasure.
Yeah, I hope CJ wins.
And then of all the people to be there, Ron Nemi is going to be in Francisco's corner.
The hardcore giant.
Yes,
the hardcore giant Ron Nemi.
So like you've got at Nerd Street presents wrestling.
You've run the gamut.
You've got literally everything, included but not limited to old school real Florida.
Yeah.
All the way up to today.
Yeah, I would say when you look at that card,
Bing bong.
Yeah, I would say when you look at that card, and when the very first name is Effie and the very last name is Frankie Capone, that is a literal spectrum of Florida wrestling.
I'm excited.
I can't fucking wait for it. There will be a Megapod beforehand. It's gonna be a hell of a show, and we're gonna keep on verbally jerking off all over it until the show happens.
That's a true fact.
Yeah.
Let's move on. We've covered a lot of wrestling. There is a fuck ton of things that we need to cover as far as the non-wrestling is concerned. I'm going to start first. I'm going to jump to the bottom here to make sure he gets his plug.
Yeah, you do that so we don't lose it.
That's right.
Forget it.
A local a friend
local on Twitter.
Local on Twitter, yes. A Twitter friend of the show and friend of mine. Alex Shoemaker he's got his own, I guess, for lack of a better term, webcomic. I was going to say, like, free webcomic that you could go read, similar to what I tried to launch a couple of times.
Yeah,
but
similar to what I did, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, except nobody read it.
And he succeeded.
That, too.
It's called Decades of Inexperience. And here's my review.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
sit back and I'm gonna let you review this one.
I am roughly halfway through the first two seasons, as it were, so I'm only up to his 2016 postings. When Alex told me about it, he said, hey, you might want not to do this starting all the way at the beginning because it's quite the slog. And I said, I enjoy slogs. I got nothing but time anyway. He wasn't
You're
wrong.
married.
He wasn't wrong. It is a slog, but it's not a bad thing.
No.
This comic is incredibly difficult to read. Not because it's poorly written.
I have only had a chance to read like the first few issues.
Yeah, pages,
and it
hurts.
It hurts.
So
not in a bad way.
No,
it hurts in the same way that you like. It hurts in the same way if you look at like memes of the '90s stuff, and you just like you look at it, and you go like.
It's drawn really well. I love his art style.
Art style is great.
His art style is borderlines on sort of cartoony realism, so I liked it a lot. I love the way his characters all look, like almost like they're single line drawings. Like he really
like he just kept on.
He really has this like really like lovely flow to his art. You probably don't know this name, but he reminds me with the way his characters look of Humberto Ramos, who
Sounds familiar.
He used to draw Spider-Man with Dan Slott for a long time.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
like Ramos,
I did used to work for a comic book store for a hot minute.
So he's got this like crazy like elongated style to all this stuff, and I see a lot of that similar like slickness in Alex's artwork. Now the artwork is sort of the payoff of the issue. You read the majority of what's being said, and his language that he uses is so genuine and so honest and a little bit maybe not PC, which is fine for the character, because the character Luke is a hot pile of garbage, but he's a pile of garbage who is in his early 30s, is working at a big box retail chain, can't stand his younger associates that work with him, can't seem to find anything to do with his life, and feels for all intents and purposes as though his existence is a waste of time, and drinks himself near to death on a nightly experience. It is a cathartic read, and it is a difficult one if you fit any and all of those molds. Sounds familiar, doesn't it, Mike? I would recommend, as long as you have the fortitude to keep reading.
It's a very introspective.
It's super introspective, and the way that Luke goes through life makes you go, what the fuck? I'm gonna sort of break the fourth wall here I'm going to read you guys the conversation between myself and Alex after I read the very first issue, just so you can see my genuine, honest reaction. Let's see. Let me roll back up. Okay. Let's see. So I let him know we got the copy, and I'll be reading it ASAP, and I'll let you know when our next show is, and we'll give you a shout out, which we did. He says, excellent, let me know if you need anything, whatever, the end. And I say, I'm already a few pages into the original story, so I started in the 2015 era. All I need is the residuals I'm due for you clearly stealing many moments of my life. The whole scene in the bar, trying to figure out why Soundgarden is on the oldies station, absolutely broke me. The succubus of an ex-girlfriend who he still texts. Oh my god, dude, that is way too close to home. And he responds with, thanks for that huge compliment. I love how people relate to Luke so deeply.
Yeah. I remember reading the first few ones, and I didn't necessarily ever go through some of the same level of shit that you've gone through, but similar, but also there was definitely a lot of things when you hear a song that you remember from not even that long ago of a childhood, and you're just and it's on the classic radio station. Yeah. It's I think I heard 9 Inch Nails on a classic station a few months on the classic rock station, and it made me want to jump through a fucking window.
I mean, the texting an ex-girlfriend, with this massive rage boner, to show that bitch what's up.
Yeah,
I've been happily married for almost a decade now.
Yeah,
and I can tell you every now and again, I still feel the urge to face stalk my ex-girlfriend and be like, hey whore, I did all right in the end. Fuck you.
Yeah,
no reason.
No, yeah,
it's not going to solve anything. It's going to cause so much more issue than if I just leave it be. But I still feel that rage for no reason.
I got that too. I understand that too.
All right, so definitely check out Decades of Inexperience. Make sure you follow our buddy Alex. Let me pull up his Twitter to give him a proper...
I tagged him in the thing.
Well, I want to...
So I'm just saying, so if you need to find it quickly.
Gotcha. So that is at AJ Schumacher's art. AJ Schumacher art, no S, pardon me. And again,
I linked him on the Twitter post for today. So...
And again, the name of his comic that I would love for you guys to check out is Decades of Inexperience. Right. Let's see. I heard a song too on Classic Rock Station, and I almost drove my car off a cliff. A reasoned and honest response.
That holds up in any court.
All right. So we've got roughly 20 minutes left to show.
Cool.
So we're gonna cut a little, and I'm just going to give you the Disney Plus, and then we're gonna go to the trailers.
Cool.
Okay?
That's fine.
Disney Plus sounds like a great deal. I fear it. I don't want to be a part of it. The end.
You're not excited? I mean, I will also... I have a different lens to look at Disney Plus through, because there's a ton of my wife and I are a little bit... I would
Disney
say
kids.
we're Disney kids. We're a little bit more hardcore Disney nerds than I'd say you and your wife are.
Sure.
I also have kids, so so to be able to, watch some of the more classic stuff without having to buy it or rent it, that's fun.
That's not what I'm upset about.
I think Gargoyles might be on there.
And
if Gargoyles is on there, I will drop $70 for a year.
That's not what I'm upset about at all.
Yeah.
There is, and I said this on Twitter, and we've talked about it a million times, this is starting to get to the point where we have literally one option.
Okay.
Should Disney buy, let's assume they buy TBS or USA or something like that, and then they ultimately own the WWE or maybe AEW if that takes off or whatever.
Ooh. And they could do it in the parking lot of Hollywood Studios like WCW did.
And
it would be on TBS.
So yeah, my point being is that at some point all of this
Disney's reaching too far in...
Well, I mean, okay,
or just covering a little too much. In the break, the Disney Fox thing, it's official.
Yeah,
the Disney corporate page has Deadpool and Logan and Avatar, right on the front page. And The Simpsons. That was so surreal to see. Did you watch the video?
No, I couldn't.
Well, Disney posted they shared a video from the Simpsons Twitter page, and it was and it was just an animated thing of the Simpsons, acknowledging the fact that they're part of Disney now, and that was such a weird thing, because I really could care less about the Simpsons right now. I'm
sure.
That's
not the issue though.
I will say with the Simpsons. So we went to Universal, and we went on the twirl and hurl.
Yeah.
Basically like their version of Dumbo.
Right.
And so I'm explaining Simpsons to the kids, and I'm like, this, like because I don't let my kids watch The Simpsons, and I was like, The Simpsons is a show you're too young for, and a show that I'm too old for. And so, but just to see like that might be where I started to have some of the same feelings you're having, to see like.
Well, think about it. You go to Universal Studios, okay?
There's a lot of Disney there.
Right! That's Universal Studios!
There's two anchoring parts of two parks.
Yeah.
Like, and I think they might be geographically, like, as far apart as you can be. Like, if you look at the whole
Islands
top,
of Adventure,
like,
Marvel Island.
Marvel Island's all the way over here, and then you go this way, and then there's Simpsons.
Simpsons Land.
Yeah. It was that was weird to be at Universal enjoying Disney properties.
And it's getting, for me, it's now to the point where it's just like, I'm going to go see Endgame day one.
Of course, yeah.
And on one hand, it's like, well, at least I'm finally getting to see all of the things I've ever wanted out of life, and it wouldn't be possible without Disney being my corporate overlord and Jesus.
Yeah.
But on the same token, is this the world I want to really live in, where I have exactly one option?
Yeah. It's the sort of, it's kind of like a entertainment version of the joke from Demolition Man, where Taco Bell was the only restaurant.
Right.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
So at what point does, in 20 years, is Universal just another part of Disney? Is there Disney World, and does Disney own everything in Universal as well? So, like, that's a bit of a stretch.
It's not a bit of a stretch. I've been saying this on when Those Two Jerks was on the air, I've been saying it for years. At some point, Disney will just go to Warner Brothers and say, what'll it be?
Yeah.
Here's a check.
You write a dollar amount.
Just put as many zeros as you want, and DC Comics is ours now.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's stopping that?
Yeah. I do feel it's only... you look at Disney, and it's only a matter of time before they're like, they look at Universal, and if they just look at a map of Universal and go like, oh, Jurassic Park, thank you. Harry Potter, thank you. And then that's it.
And I don't know. To me,
Disney does feel a little corporate overlordy, a little bit. It's getting a little extreme.
Let me move on because we need to talk about some trailers. But
we'll talk about the trailers. Speaking of Disney,
before we mention what trailers we're going to talk about, I want you to take a look at this. 1, 2, sort of 3.
Yeah, but no.
Okay, yeah, but 2 of the 4 that you have listed here.
Yeah.
Are owned and operated by Disney.
Absolutely.
So let's start with the most recent one, which was...
I guess I didn't put the Endgame trailer on there. I forgot about that. It's been a little bit. So.
Endgame trailer's not that important.
Yeah.
Let's talk...
Again, it's one of those, you could literally just put the Avengers logo for 3 minutes and just say the date.
Wait a minute. Working for a corporate overlord isn't terrible, though. No, it's not! Working for a corporate overlord...
You work for a very specific corporate overlord.
There's a line from Gangs of New York where Leo DiCaprio says, the funny thing about the funny thing about living under a dragon's wing is that it's very warm.
Yeah.
And listen, I don't work for a massive company anymore. I used to on many occasions. I've worked for some giant corporate companies.
I work for a franchise of a corporation, but that's the same thing.
It's nice to have that stability, but at some point you give up stability to work for the government store, to work for the company store, pardon me.
Yeah.
And when we're all working for the company store, I think that can be an issue. Now, Star Wars has a new trailer out.
It just released yesterday.
The Rise of Skywalker.
I stopped working.
Yeah.
I completely stopped working to watch this. Really fucking busy at work, and I was like, nope, I'm watching this now.
A lot of people. So this trailer took the perfect course for the internet.
Yeah.
Initial freak out, everyone loves it.
Yeah.
Followed by, wait a minute, was that really that good? Followed by, how come they threw away everything from episode 8? Followed by, you guys are crazy, that trailer was good and episode 8 was good too. They could be mutually exclusive. Followed ultimately by, hey, did you guys see that trailer? It was really good. Typically, something like this takes about a week. This happened within about 8 hours.
Well, it's Star Wars, so
Yeah. I thought that trailer looked incredible.
Yeah,
I'm super excited for it. I've never been this geeked for a Star Wars trailer since maybe episode 7.
Yeah. The initial first trailer for the first new Star Wars movie, and first forward moving Star Wars movie, that definitely had that. it was. I will say, like, when they flashed the end of the saga thing, and that's when I was starting like, holy fuck! Like, this is the end of it.
And Bob Iger came out and said, aside from the fact that he's going to be leaving Disney, was that this stepping down. This will be the last Star Wars movie that we get for some time.
Yeah.
Which I think
now
is
we are going to be getting multiple TV shows on Disney Plus, but
watch The Mandalorian.
Mandalorian and the Cassian show, which would be fun too.
Sure, fine,
but,
whatever.
Yeah.
I appreciate they turned the Pixar lamp into a droid.
Oh my god, they did. Yeah, they did.
Everything gets a head tilt. If it head tilts, it's cute.
Yeah.
Let's move on. We have other things to discuss. The Lion King trailer. Fuck off.
I liked it, but yeah.
Fuck right off.
You're not a fan of these?
I could not care. The amount of shit that I don't... There are piles of shit that I don't care.
Mountains. Lion shits.
There are Triceratops tall piles of shit about me not caring about any of these remakes.
All right, that's fair.
And I love...
Again, that's another one of those things where I'm looking at it...
How did Dumbo do?
I don't want to talk about Dumbo. I didn't want to see it.
Dumbo...
That's sad. That's real sad, because, like, not so much now, but there's a lot of Tim Burton. Like,
sure. Look around the room.
Yeah.
But these movies, I think, when they announced them, everyone was like, "Oh, I need Lion King in my face right now." Fuck you. No, you don't. Yeah. Go watch the original. Just go watch the original. Yeah. Or go see the fucking play. The Broadway show is amazing too. You, Mike, I guarantee this. You will like what you see on the screen, and when it is over, you will think to yourself, I didn't need this.
No, I will 100% agree with you on that. Like, I felt the exact same way about Beauty and the Beast.
Yep, Beauty and the Beast was the other one.
I loved what I saw. I enjoyed it. I liked Emma Watson as Belle. I enjoyed all that stuff. Second, the movie, at no point during the movie did I not think there's that air of, I don't need this. And it's the same with Lion King. There's the... why are we making this?
Why is this happening?
But, I mean, it's that's it. Like, I'm not surprised Disney's doing it. It's
sure.
It's that constant monetize your IP thing.
They have, you have remakes of classics all the time.
Yeah.
But no one has ever remade Kane.
No.
No one has ever remade Citizen Kane in a way that worked. John Oliver as Zazu is something I need. No, you don't. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You don't.
Yeah.
You like the idea of John Oliver as Zazu. That's funny. That's cute, but it's not like Zazu was going to sit behind a table at one point and say, Scar, here's the problem. And it's not going to happen. It's in your head, the idea that, this is... Go back and watch the original Lion King.
Yeah.
It is 5 out of 5. It is 10 out of 10. You don't improve on perfection. There are some movies out there that are, in fact, perfect.
Yeah.
There are few and they're far between.
I agree with you there. There's no reason to remake The Lion King. Or Mulan, or any of the other movies that they're remaking. Aladdin. Aladdin's another one of those, it looks cool, but...
Mama Maximus is watching. Uh-oh. Everyone look.
Everyone look. Alright, let's be proper.
Be good boys, my mom is here. You got it.
Alright.
Okay. Let's move on then to something that we could all agree on. The Joker trailer.
Yeah. That was,
British Sussman is my new king. I got you, baby. The Joker trailer,
I was surprised.
Well, wait a minute. Into the Spider-Verse was a perfect movie. Yes, don't remake Into the Spider-Verse. I was surprised by the Joker trailer.
Yeah, I was. I mean, in the lead up to it, I'm just like, me and the DC stuff. I'm like, what? This is why are we doing this? Why are we? Why do we need 3 different versions of the Joker? This is confused. Like, I'm a comic book. I'm a nerd that I can differ. I'm not the typical moviegoer who can't differentiate between like these different characters. But even then, I'm like, why are we doing this?
So I agree. And then the trailer came out.
The trailer was fucking amazing.
I love everything about this trailer except for one very big important point.
Okay.
I'm watching the trailer. I'm seeing him. He's contorting. I'm seeing all these things. I'm like, oh, this is so. And then he walks into Arkham Asylum.
Yes.
And it all came crashing down for me.
Okay.
That this is not some movie about some random character just coming and going.
Okay. Yeah.
This is the Joker.
Yeah.
And
it's not some Elseworld story of some random person becoming something that could be interpreted as the Joker.
Right. It's not Brightburn.
No.
or whatever, Brightburn, whatever.
Brightburn. I think it's Brightburn.
Either way, it's not a vision of the character. This is the characters in the universe. And it dawned on me, like, there's no way this is going to work.
Yeah.
This is going to be a really cool period movie.
Yeah.
And then also, it's Batman. And that part of it kind of ruined the entire experience for me. If this was its own separate entity, it wasn't Joker. Yeah. It was just, well, basically it was falling down, but with a guy in a clown mask. Yeah. I'd be excited about it.
Yeah. I think it would have been a little bit more interesting if it was an interpretive piece on the concept of the Joker. Like that, where you can watch it and go like, oh, I see where the threads, I see where the inspiration comes from.
Right.
But it's not like, it's not exactly trying to be that.
I think it has every opportunity to be a very good film.
Yeah.
And I think I will enjoy it. But deep down inside, I think I'm going to watch it and be a bit sad.
Okay.
And also, who do I root for? Do I root for the mass murderer?
Yeah, I don't know. It's another one of those where they make the Joker the good guy, essentially.
I mean, like, on the one hand, you can make an argument Thanos was right, Killmonger did nothing wrong, all of these things. But this is Black Panther if Black Panther was always Killmonger.
Okay, yeah.
Like, so instead of the movie being called Black Panther, it would be called, like, Killmonger.
Yeah.
Or instead of the movie being called The Avengers Infinity War, it was called Thanos Kills Everyone. Spoiler. But we're running out of show. It's time to go to the big finish. Jesse Long, what's pissing you off?
What's pissing me off? It's a silly one, and it's something that it's pissing me off is I'm too fat to fit in some rides at Universal, Rick. That's pissing me off.
Do explain, Jesse Long.
There's those some of those tester seats prove that you can't people my size don't really fit on the rides. Couldn't do any of the Harry Potter rides because I'm too fat. Yeah. I will say one of them, it was not because I was too fat, it was because my shoulders are too wide and it literally felt like I was being crammed into a can. This section was totally fine. It was this, it hurt to be in there like this. But
Jesse.
Yeah, that pissed me off.
Who has had a Universal annual pass for the last 2 years?
That would be, I think your wife does.
Also me.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Yes. Did you know I have done every ride at Universal?
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. What's pissing you off, Rick? I know, I'm just going to... that's what's pissing me off. I'm breezing right by.
That's fine. Jay Stamper for joining in late, but thank you, Jay, for joining us. I appreciate it. Always good to hear from you. What is pissing me off this week? Okay, I'll tell you. I am pissed off...
let me think. I know!
Yes. There's so many things. I am specifically pissed off this week at people who I trust to accomplish tasks. So
what did I do this week, Rick?
Not so much you, because, I had to only tell you like 2 or 3 different times. But in general, when you went to high school and college and into the workforce, you're on teams throughout your life.
Yeah.
Every now and again, you get plucked into one, or maybe you're a part of one, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And you're person X, you got to do project Y.
Yeah.
Person Z has to do project A. If project A doesn't get done, it doesn't fucking matter what you did.
Yeah.
Relying on someone else to just do their job is probably the one thing, and this is football, this could be football related, this could be high school related, it could be wrestling related, because we've seen a number of people get sandbagged and almost die, but relying on other people in the universe to do the bare necessity, the simple bare necessity, relying on those people is pissing me off.
Yeah, I can understand that.
It's just something that's come to pass in the last couple of weeks. I'll let you guess. And it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Jesse, what did you learn this week?
I learned another one, going back to my Universal trip. I learned I'm too fat to fit now. I learned, through a very interesting experience, when a ride shuts down at Universal and they say over the PA, do not get out of your car. Don't get out of the fucking car. It was the end of our trip. We were going to go on E.T. one last time because one of my kids really liked it. We got literally to the thing and there was an emergency shutdown. And it was really interesting to watch all of the crew have to scramble because somebody decided they were going to get out of the car
and then fall to their near death.
Well, yeah, they got out of the car, at which point that, it went from, the ride's going to start in 5 minutes to the ride's not going to start again today.
Yeah.
That was what it was an interesting learning experience to see just, it's weird. I love going to theme parks, and it was just sort of a interesting theme park experience to see the job happen of the theme park. And it's not something I want to see again, because that means I have a little wasted time and money. But it was just it was a learning experience. And I think that can count as what did I learn? A learning experience.
You learned a learning experience.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
There we go.
So this week I learned, more than anything, that when it gets right down to it, I actually could be an electrician. I could be... No, hear me out now. I could be an electrician. I could be an engineer, to a very small extent.
Yeah.
All this shit is following instructions.
Yeah.
If you replace a thermostat,
okay,
because I put on a brand new cool thermostat.
Cool.
You just put the yellow wire into the yellow hole, the red wire into the red hole, the blue wire into and then you screw it back in, and the fucking thing works like a charm. Let's see. Well, to be fair, the ET ride recently had to be closed for a month because a kid got his foot chopped. Seymour. Foot chopped off on that thing, so they'll probably extra cover our asses on that ride. Also,
that's true.
Also, one last thing, and then we'll wrap it up. The ET ride is garbage. Fight me.
No, it is. It was, but my youngest kid really liked it, so we were like, cool.
Yeah, I am 36. Well, 37.
No, going on it for the first time as a 31-year-old, I was like, oh, cool, so this is the Navi River Journey, but in 1982.
Jesse Long, it's time to get our shit in and get the hell out of here.
You can find us on Twitter at Team Hamfist, TeamHammafist. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/THFist, where you can go get your data mined. We are on Instagram, not that I ever use it. We were going to be on YouTube, but YouTube decided that they're going to cap who can live stream on mobile. Thanks, YouTube.
Really important.
Speaking of being personally attacked.
Really important that, YouTube make sure that only the alt-right has 1,000 followers. So that's cool. You can find me on...
Can we blame the alt-right for this?
I blame the alt-right for anything.
All right.
You can find me specifically as part of Team Hammerfist at The Read Pile, TheReadPile, on pretty much every major social media platform. I have a fantastic Instagram, if I do say so myself. And my Twitter feed can be found there. You can also find things that are happening in our old show, Those Two Jerks.
R.I.P.
At Those Two Jerks. In fact, there's some cool stuff happening with our now defunct friends from the Alliance of American Football.
Oh,
damn it, Dijak?
Donovan Dijak. He did a thing on the NXT tapings, and then he posted a thing on Twitter that could be considered very white supremacist.
Oh, no kidding!
Yeah.
Oh, what
and then he deleted his Twitter account. In character. It was in character, and then everyone sort of realized, after he hit it and 30 minutes in, people are going, this is fucked up, this is bad. Then, I'm gonna say that's probably gonna get cut out of the tapings from NXT.
I'm really proud that Marcel hasn't figured out Twitter yet.
Speaking of people who make you uncomfortable.
Remember, Walter only makes me uncomfortable because I envy him.
Yeah.
So, find me at The Read Pile. Find Jesse at JesseTHF. Or, of course, just find us at Team Hammerfist.
You follow the IndieCast. There are the people who are way more consistent than we are on the Wrestling Nerds Radio Network. You can find Fully Gimmicked. Buy lots of good merch. Like a goddamn Effie prayer candle.
Oh!
An Effie and cranberry prayer candle.
Oh!
Get out of my imagination, because I came up with that idea in my head and I didn't verbalize it 2 weeks ago. And they came up with it. I need an Effie prayer candle.
I'm not gonna lie, I do too. You can find all that and more by visiting all of our friends in the Wrestling Nerd Radio Network. You can find hours, maybe, of enjoyment by all of that. And
there's definitely, in the 11 years we've been doing that, there's definitely at least
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours of actual enjoyment.
Yeah.
I
am,
of course...
show. It was the bonus draft show in the first year.
I am, of course, the Sussman, Rick Sussman. He is the American Dadass, Jesse Long. We are Team Ham and Fish. Wait a minute, what is it? Wrestling Mayhem Show, plug you cowards.
Wrestling Mayhem Show. Yeah, there we go.
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
Of course, we are...
They interviewed Effie after I asked them to.
That's true.
There we go.
That's true. We do control them.
You're welcome.
Find us again in about 2 weeks. We will be back here in the Sussman Sanatorium. And I, of course, will be here probably masturbating. So, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you all real soon.